What's up guys, my name is Brock, you're watching The Modest Man, and today we're talking about how to stay cool, fresh, and stylish when it's hot as outside. See this? 113. It was 113 degrees outside the other day. And when it's that hot, it's hard to even focus on style. You know, you're more concerned about just not smelling bad and not sweating through your clothes and not feeling gross and uncomfortable all day. And I think that's fine. I think comfort should be a priority, but I also think that you can feel comfortable and stay cool and fresh and also look good. Granted, you can't eliminate discomfort entirely. If it's super hot outside, like 113 degrees, you're going to get overheated, you're gonna sweat, but there are things that you can do to keep your body cooler and I think more importantly, just stay fresh throughout the day. So I'm gonna share with you 10 tips that I've learned over the years. Real quick before we get into it, I wanna thank today's sponsor, MeUndies, not to be confused with MyUndies, although I'm wearing MeUndies right now, so I guess technically MeUndies are MyUndies and MyUndies are MeUndies. Anyway, MeUndies, I'm sure you've heard of them. They make high quality, very stylish underwear for men and women. I'm somewhat of an underwear, I want to use the word connoisseur, snob, underwear snob. And ever since I started wearing higher quality underwear, you know, I really can't go back. And I've tried most of the major brands and I'm pretty picky about what I wear. And I'm very happy with MeUndies, both the way they fit and the way they feel and the way they look. So I'll talk about them a little more in the video. For now, if you're interested in checking them out, you can click the link down in the description. There's also a little promo code down there. And big thanks again to MeUndies for supporting The Modest Man by sponsoring this video. Okay, tip number one, ditch the socks. Now, before you hit the thumbs down button and unsubscribe from my channel, hear me out. I love the sockless look, but I'm not advocating that you actually don't wear socks every day. Sure, going sockless can work for certain kinds of shoes like high quality, 100% leather boat shoes, but I think most guys, most days, understandably want to have socks on their feet. So how can you achieve the sockless look without actually going sockless? The answer, of course, is no-show socks. I don't know if you know this about me, but I've developed a mild and 100% healthy obsession with no-show socks over the past few years. I love you. No-show socks are the perfect way to let your ankles breathe, to expose your ankles to air, which helps keep you cool. And I'm telling you, it's a little thing, but it really does make a difference. And it also lets you show a little ankle, which is basically the male equivalent to cleavage. No-show socks are perfect for boat shoes, driving shoes, any kind of loafer, even low-profile sneakers. Now, I've tried out all of the big no-show sock brands, and I will link to a blog post about my thoughts and experiences with various brands, and of course my favorite pair down in the description. But for now, if you don't have any no-show socks, I highly recommend them, so I can't emphasize this enough. Go get some. Okay, speaking of socks, tip number two, bring an extra pair of socks. Now, if you're gonna go somewhere for more than a few hours, like for example, if you're going to the office for 8 or 9 or 10 hours, it's a good idea to bring along an extra pair of socks, so halfway through the day, when you freshen up, you can switch out to a fresh, new, clean pair of socks. And I promise you, it's these little things that's gonna make you feel great, and it'll also eliminate any odor that might have accumulated, halfway through the day. Okay, tip number three, ditch the cotton underwear. If you think about it, I mean, you wear underwear, it covers one of the most important parts of your body all day, every day, and usually all night too, so it makes sense to invest in the best. Now, on a practical level, non-cotton underwear, especially something like micromodal, is very good for hot weather because when compared to cotton, it dries faster, it holds less odor, it has natural moisture wicking properties, and it's generally just a little more durable and longer lasting. And of course, it's softer and more comfortable. MeUndies uses micromodal for their underwear. I kind of prefer their boxer briefs. They're slim fit, they're stylish, they come in a bunch of different colors and patterns. I like the classic colors, but you could also go with something more bold or a fun print. And for me, these have the perfect amount of compression without feeling tight or constrictive, and they look great, Now, if you like briefs or boxers, you could also go with something like that. MeUndies has all of that, and I'll link to my favorite pair down below in the description. I would really recommend trying out a pair of high quality underwear like MeUndies. I think that once you put them on, you're really gonna love them and you won't be able to go back. So, trust me on this one, go try them out. Okay, tip number four, wear high quality undershirts. Now, when it's super hot outside, no matter what you do, you're gonna sweat. And for that reason, it's important to wear an undershirt. Now, I prefer V-neck undershirts with sleeves. That way you can leave the first couple buttons unbuttoned without showing your undershirt, and it's gonna protect your underarms so you don't get those sweat stains. And in my opinion, just like with socks and underwear, it's worth investing in high quality undershirts. It's gonna make all the difference in the way you feel throughout the day when it's super hot outside. My favorite undershirts are from Ribbed Tee. They're made from Tencel, and they're not the cheapest undershirts in the world, but what's the price of comfort? These things are great, they last a long time, and they're just super comfortable to wear even if it's crazy hot out. Tip number 5, same with socks, bring an extra undershirt. So when you do that halfway through the day, men's room freshen up, you can change your socks, change your undershirt, and you're gonna feel like $1 million. All right, tip number 6, powder up. Now, one of the worst places to feel discomfort is around the crotch. Yeah, down there. I think we've all experienced this. It happens to the best of us, and there is something you can do to mitigate this. The best way to combat this is to use body powder. And if you're gonna use it, you should use high quality stuff. For example, this man powder from Matte for Men doesn't contain any talc. It has a mild but pleasing scent, and one bottle goes a long way. So I keep a bottle of this in my bathroom. I don't use it every day, but especially when it's hot outside, I'm gonna be outside, I just sprinkle a little down there inside the underwear, and it goes a long way to help you feel more comfortable and also to avoid odor. You might also want to keep a bottle of foot powder, anti-odor foot powder to use inside your shoes, especially if you're gonna go sockless. All right, tip number 7, use body wipes. So here's the thing, even if you do every tip from this video, you're still gonna sweat, you're still gonna feel gross sometimes, and the best way to freshen up is to use a deodorizing body wipe, halfway throughout the day or just as needed. For example, say you're at work and after lunch, you go to the bathroom, you change your socks, change your undershirt, while you're changing, just kind of wipe down your neck and chest and under your arms and wherever else you need to using these deodorizing body wipes. This is a great morale booster that's gonna have you feeling and smelling like a new man. Speaking of wipes, tip number 8, use face wipes. Now, some high quality body wipes like these ones from Matte for Men can be used on your face, but especially if you're prone to oily skin, it's a good idea to have some face wipes on hand. These are great for removing excess oil and reducing shine. They're also really cheap. You can get them on Amazon. Of course, I'll link to all that down below. Tip number 9, Summer-ize your button-up shirts. It's like this shirt that I'm wearing. You can cut off the collar to create a band collar or a mandarin collar, and then you can also cut off the sleeves if you're handy and use hem tape or just sew a hem to basically take an old, ratty dress shirt and make it into kind of a cool, fresh summer shirt that's gonna help you stay cool because of course it doesn't have a collar and it doesn't have sleeves. This is an easy DIY project you can do with your old dress shirts. It goes a long way to help keeping you feel cool, and I think it looks pretty stylish too. And last but not least, tip number 10, wear lighter clothing. Now, of course, I'm not talking about lighter colors, although those are great for the summertime. I'm talking about the actual material and the construction of your clothes. This is especially true with suits and jackets. So swap your heavy cotton chinos for linen trousers. Go with unstructured, unlined jackets in tropical weight wool or linen cotton or linen wool blends. Obviously, this isn't always possible. It requires you to have some extra stuff in your wardrobe, but if you live in an area that's hot, I think it's a good idea to have at least a couple of jackets, maybe one suit, a couple pairs of trousers that are actually made for warmer weather. All right, guys, I hope these 10 tips help you stay cool, fresh, and stylish this summer. If you have any questions or any tips you'd like to add, leave a comment down below. Big thanks again to MeUndies for sponsoring this video, and until next time, stay stylish. I love you.